Cyber, C-O-M-M-U-N-I-T-Y. Here to break the cycle, this is vital more than you and I. Yeah, it's exciting, it don't matter what your title is. You can grab a friend or two or three or four and invite them in. It's the simply cyber, bring a good vibe. It's the live with Jerry every morning, having good time. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. It's the simply cyber, bring a good vibe. It's the live with Jerry every morning, having good times. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. Dr. Auger is a OG, got that potion, the elixir, got devotion to all those who keep on showing up to witness. Fit the tricks and quips and all the tips to raise your cyber fitness. Switching up the routines, pass it off to James quicker. Keep the people smiling, hit that follow, that's a good decision. Every week, today, tomorrow, I encourage y'all to listen. We gon' teach y'all way more than how to protect yourselves from phishing. More like being confident so you can recognize the vision. On a mission, it's official, we gon' get through all these issues. Time for Jawjacking, baby, this is more than a tradition, yeah. Oh, I can't forget to recognize the mods. They the engine, they the reason that you leave and feeling charged. It's that simply cyber, bring a good vibe. It's that live with Jerry every morning, having good times. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. It's that simply cyber, bring a good vibe. It's that live with Jerry every morning, having good times. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. Yeah. What else can I say? I hope you find some value in this place and have yourself an awesome day. Simply Cyber's here to stay. So let's all put our hands together ready. Time to hang with Dr. A.
Alrighty, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the party. Today is Wednesday, June 11th, 2025. This is episode 896 of your Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief podcast. I am your host, as usual, Dr. Gerald Auger, and over the next hour, me, you, Port Zero, Luke Canfield, Steve Young, Cyber Shinigami, Marcus Kyler, Yeet Crew, the mods like Jenny Housley and Justin Gold, as always. We are all going to be shredding the top cybersecurity news stories of the day, and I'll be doing everything within my power, hey Abdullah Niazi, to go through these stories and go deeper than the headlines. Sure, you're going to hear the headlines. They're going to resonate with you. You'll be able to bring them up in conversation later today. But let's level you up as a professional. Let's go deeper and understand some of the reasoning behind why these attacks are happening, or understand some of the defensive controls or the opportunities that we have to mitigate the risk of these attacks, both from occurring and from the impact of them occurring in your organization. Ultimately, the goal here is, if you have taken the time to show up or catch the show on replay, if you've made that investment in Simply Cyber, well then I feel obligated and proud and honored to be able to deliver value back to you that can help you level up as a cybersecurity professional so you can absolutely be the CEO of your own career, as well as having you shine like a diamond at work as you're just dropping knowledge bombs left, right, and center. Now, you might be like, wait a minute, I'll just take my hat and my jacket and leave because I'm looking to get in the industry. I'm not an active professional. This must not apply to me. Whoa, slow down there. Put the jacket down. Come back here. In any job interview, you're going to be asked, how do you stay current on the industry? As you're skilling up and training and learning about cybersecurity, you're going to want to get tangible, real examples, case study, if you will, on how these things you're learning about in lecture and theory, how they actually manifest in reality. And, spoiler alert, sometimes the things that you read in the textbook, those are ideal or optimal situations. And in reality, reality's messy, okay? So, yes, vulnerability management, patch all the things. Well, guess what? Sometimes Carl is not attached back to the mothership. Sometimes the CEO wants to run a MacBook when it's a Windows environment. What are you going to do then? What's your textbook say then, right? These are the things that we have to deal with. So welcome to the party, pal. Get in here. We're here to level you up and basically forge community so you don't have to go it alone. Now, I want to say shout out to Elliot Matisse in the San Francisco contingent. I received in the mail yesterday a very, very kind gift, a sticker and a shirt from Russian River Brewing Company out in California. and their Pliny the Elder. It's at the San Francisco RSA meetup. I lost my mind. I borderline went insane for a few minutes about discovering that the bar we were at had Pliny the Elder, a beer I've been looking for years. And, you know, Elliot was there to witness it in its full glory, and he hooked it up. So shout out to him. Thank you very much. Very kind and generous of you to think of me, Elliot. Guys, we got a great show for you. Every single episode of the Daily Cyber Threat Brief is half a CPE. So if you got a cyber cert, Sec Plus, CISA, CISP, C-Risk, any of the ones that require, any of the certifications that require ongoing education, CPE, CEUs, they're commonly referred to. It's a very, very common requirement that professionals in our industry need to maintain. Well, guess what? We got you covered here at the Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief, because honestly, like getting CPEs at the last minute kind of sucks. I literally made a YouTube video about it years ago. One of the worst performing one. It battles my cyber insurance one for worst performing video in my entire catalog. But say what's up in chat, like Elliot, like Sam Soyola. Dark Iceman's back. Look at Dark Iceman. He liked what he saw last week, and he's back for more. Say what's up in chat. Grab a screenshot. The title of the show says June 11th in it. Grab that if you can. The episode number is going to come by here on the scrolling ticker at the bottom in a moment. And basically grab that screenshot, file it away. Once you count up the screenshots, divide by 2. That's how many CPs you got. Watch right here. It's going to say episode 896. Blink. Get that in the screenshot. All right. So it's all about good times. Guys, really quickly, if you are a first timer, if today's your first time, not Dark Ice Man, today's his 6th time or 7th time. Hey, what's up, Haircut Fish? If today's your first episode, drop a hashtag first timer in chat. Tim McDonald, what's up with you guys? Hey, check it out. We're going to be going around the world in just a hot minute with Worldwide Wednesday, so believe that. We do a little special segment in every episode of Daily Cyber Threat Brief, depending on the day of the week. Wednesdays is Worldwide Wednesday, so if you're absolutely here just for the news, go get a cup of coffee or go heat up a bagel or something, because we start a little late on Wednesdays because we go around the world. All right, really quick, let me say shout out and love to the stream sponsors, those who enable me to do that. We're going to speed run it today. I got some great ones for you guys. Barricade Cyber, Fortify 365. Is your Microsoft 365 environment secure? With business email compromise attacks on the rise, your entire operation could be at risk. Fortify 365 from Barricade Cyber Solutions is your defensive shield. Their team of experts implements proven security standards to protect your business from cyber threats, ensure compliance, and safeguard your sensitive data. They've helped countless organizations strengthen their M365 defenses with tailored solutions that address real-world threats. Don't wait until after a breach. That's the absolute worst time to start putting controls in place. It's like literally like buying a fire extinguisher after your house is burnt down. Visit Fortify365.com today to learn how they can secure your Microsoft 365 environment. Thank you, Barricade Cyber. That's Fortify365.com. Also want to say shout out to Antisyphon Training, guys. Hey, Dark Iceman, just looking at you. If you or anyone has the availability next week, June 16th through 19th, June 16th through 19th. So that's next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. This guy right here, John Strand with Antisyphon Training, is doing a pay it forward, pay what you can training, which means you can take this training for $0 from John Strand. So you can get unbelievable education, unbelievable skills, practical applications from a dude who is super smart and super kind and super generous. Active Defense and Cyber Deception. I have taken this course. I literally have a YouTube video on this. Active Defense, Cyber Deception. All right, check it out. What do you mean? Literally, I broke YouTube? Come on, what are we doing here, brother? Jesus criminy. All right, hold on. I was not expecting to break YouTube. Cyber Deception, YouTube, Simply Cyber. I just want to show you guys, like, I literally made a video. Oh God, there's so much content now. I made a video going through it. I've taken this course. If you've taken this course, drop your thoughts in chat. Basically, he teaches you how to use honey tokens, honey accounts, how to the legality of attacking attackers. Very, very cool class. Of all his classes he's gives that I've taken, this one is my favorite one. So if you have time, it can cost you up to $0 and you can take this. So all you need is to take the initiative. You will not be disappointed. I'm going to drop a link in chat. Sign up, right? Sign up, put it on your calendar, then decide. Maybe things happen. Maybe life happens. Maybe work happens. But I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed if you take this class, or at least some of this class. I also want to say shout out, speaking of education, Flare Academy, bringing unbelievable talent to bear on our community for education. You can sign up at Flare Academy June 23rd. So this is like 2 weeks away. Jason Haddix. This guy is a legend in our industry. If you don't know Jason Haddix, I'm not mad at you. I'm just happy that I had the opportunity to tell you about him. Jason Haddix is awesome. Literally awesome. He's given a talk. It's free. Welcome to everybody, June 23rd, 2 hours. If you're interested in learning about operationalizing cybercrime data for offensive operations, right? So making your attacks, your penetration, your ethical hacks, your engagements more effective. If you're looking to be an aspiring penetration tester, yes, you can crack a shell. You can get a reverse shell. Oh my God, I can pop a box. Look at me. Yes, but can you talk about it in the interview on how you could set up your pretexting using cybercrime data? I don't know. This could be pretty valuable. So check it out. If you go to simplycyber.io/flare, you'll get a link directly to register for this. I recommend checking it out. It's 2 hours of your time. It will definitely bear fruit. Dude, like the value train's out of control right now. A free 16-hour training from John Strand with 16 CPEs. A free 2-hour training with Flare Academy with Jason Haddix. You know, back in my day, like if I can shake a fist at a cloud right now, these things didn't happen. In fact, like really quick, just to kind of get old for you for a second, and Phil Stafford knows what I'm saying. Dude, back in the day, this is like the opposite of what would happen. If you would ask, hey, how do I operationalize cybercrime data? Not that you would even know to ask that. But if you ask that question, people would be like, get out of here, noob. You suck. You don't know anything. Go watch the 1995 movie Hackers with Johnny Lee Miller and Angelina Jolie. Look at the way they treat Joey, the kid who ends up stepping into a bear trap in the movie. They treat him like he touched the cheese in Diary of a Wimpy Kid. They treat him brutally. That's what our industry used to be. It used to be ultra toxic and ultra like you're either ultra cool and ultra elite or you're not. Right? Nowadays, you kids, you Gen Z, you don't know how good you got it. All right, really quick, let's hear from Threat Locker, and then we're going to go all in on Worldwide Wednesday. Let's go. I want to give some love to the Daily Cyber Threat Brief sponsor, Threat Locker. Do zero-day exploits and supply chain attacks keep you up at night? Well, worry no more. You can harden your security with Threat Locker. Worldwide, companies like JetBlue trust Threat Locker to secure their data and keep their business operations flying high. Threat Locker takes a deny-by-default approach to cybersecurity and provides a full audit of every action allowed or blocked for risk management and compliance. Onboarding and operation is fully supported by their US-based Cyber Hero support team. Get a free 30-day trial and learn more about how Threat Locker can help prevent ransomware and ensure compliance. Visit threatlocker.com. All right. Thanks, everybody. I love the old man rants and the people who vibed with that. Guys, listen real quick. We're about to get going. We're going to do around the world. Our community, Simply Cyber, is so diverse, so international. It's just unbelievable. And I'm honored that every Wednesday we get to call it out. We spend 2 minutes, 22 seconds doing it. I ask you where you are, and then I light up the map. We see if we can get all the continents. This is literally all the continents. There's people in chat live with us right now. We usually get it. Let's see if we can do it right now. Tell me where you're at. Mods, get ready. Holla. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? All right. Marcus Kyler's in Detroit. I know that. So we'll just mark the United States off. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. America. Jenny Housley bringing America online also. Where you at? Where you at, guys? Come on now. I know Richard Duff's in Australia. He was here. I'm going to go ahead and mark it. Augusta Gallows in New York, Dallas, Texas. Ray Dubs, 699. Nelson Rivera, who saw James McQuiggan. Good to see you, Nelson Rivera in Dirty Jersey. Senfilis is in Poland. What's up? Europe's online. Hey, Abdullah, bringing Afghanistan online. Heck yeah. Come on, Afghanistan. Where? Oh, my God. I'm such a bozo when it comes to some international things. Where's Afghanistan? There it is. Oh, man, I wasn't even close. Ireland. Face Doyle in Ireland bringing Cork online. Hey, Denver, Colorado. Suffolk, UK right here. Raleigh, Durham. I see you, Triangle. Nice, nice. Mississippi, Nigeria. Nice. Nigeria's online. Bringing Africa online. Beautiful. Coastal. Roswell, UK's in the hizzy. Hotlanta, Casey Cromer. I spent a lot of time down there. Cameroon is in the house. Used to love playing Cameroon when I would play FIFA, like FIFA 92 or something. Cameroon's on the left coast somewhere. Where is it? Come on, Cameroon. Oh, my God, bro. Oh, there it is, right next to Nigeria. All right, Ethiopia. Eastern Africa representing. What's up, Ohio? Niagara Falls, Rich 464, bringing the Maple Leafs online. Los Angeles, Ernest Pruitt. I hope everything's fine there. The news coverage has been kind of wild with what's going on there. Ghana's in the hizzy. Ghana. Dude, look at this, like, left coast right here of Africa. You guys are coming correct. Pensacola's in the house. What's up, Huntsville, Alabama? Yes, sir. Westerville, Ohio. Bad Axe, Michigan. Not to be confused with Yellowknife up in Manitoba or wherever it is. Ghana. Dirty Jers. Cameroon. Guys, did we... where's South America? That went super quick. Sierra Leone. Damn. I like Sierra Leone. Let's go Australia, Canada, Poland. Guys, we didn't have South America. How many people we got here? 300 people. We don't have a South America? Damn, son. Bangladesh was in the house. Good to see you, Bangladesh, as always. All right, guys. I guess I lied. We usually crush it. Unfortunately, we did not get it today. Shout out to everybody who played. Thank you. Bogota, Colombia, Daniel Camacho Sanchez. I knew if I hung out long enough, we could do it. Woo! All right, look at us, guys. Around the world, United States representing North America. We got South America, Africa coming strong today. Europe, Asia, and Australia. We'll count Middle East as well with Afghanistan. Afghanistan. Nicely done, everybody. Thank you. I did not swear, brews and hacks. Guys, way to go. Thank you. Let's get to work, everybody. Sit back, relax. Let's let the cool sounds of the hot news wash over all of us in an awesome wave. Let's go.
From the CISO series, it's cybersecurity headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Wednesday, June 11th, 2025. I'm Sarah Lane. CISA, Microsoft, warn of Windows Zero Day used in attack on major Turkish defense org. Microsoft patched a high-severity Windows Zero Day used in a March attack on a major Turkish defense organization. This was discovered by Checkpoint. The flaw is affecting the WebDAV component and was exploited via a phishing email using a disguised .url file. The attack was linked to the Stealth Falcon, a UAE-associated APT known for 0 days and custom malware. The group used tools like Horus Agent and Horus Loader to evade detection in a multi-stage espionage campaign. The bug has been added to CISA's Exploited Vulnerabilities catalog.
All right, so yeah, UAE attacking Turkey. I don't know what's going on in that part of the world, honestly. I'm not saying I'm ignorant. I guess I am saying I'm ignorant. We got a lot going on here in the United States, so my focus has been kind of around that. But I find it interesting. First of all, like CISA is united, like is an agency under the Department of Homeland Security, and it's designed for the cybersecurity infrastructure and security agency of the United States, right? And they've gotten their budget slashed, their headcount slashed recently. So I find it interesting that CISA's warning of this. Now, again, remember, the Turkish version of Windows is the same version of Windows that we run. It's just the language is different, right? There might be some nuances, but for the most part, I'm sure this 0 day applies to other instances. So I wouldn't think like, oh, hey, like this is a Turkish thing. No need for me to worry. There is a patch release for it. You gotta patch it. The interesting thing is this like a one-off patch or is this a, yeah, you can see it. They patched it as part of their Patch Tuesday for June. So if you've applied June patches, which I guess, did those come out yesterday? Isn't, dude, I'm so old now. Isn't Patch Tuesday the first Tuesday of the month? I wish Casually Joseph was awake. I feel like Patch Tuesday is the first Tuesday of the month. Let's, what are we doing here? Like, you know what annoys me? Paying for high-speed internet and then watching, like, dial-up speeds. What are we doing here? All right, whatever. You know what? I don't have time for that. I think Patch Tuesday is the first Tuesday. But anyways, the patch is released, so go get it. Let's see how bad this is. I always like to take the CVE and go to EPS Lookup. EPSSLookup.com. This is a tool that's free to use, provided by Barricade Cyber Solutions, Eric Taylor and the group over there. No CPE. Second Tuesday. Thank you, everybody. So then this patch literally just came out yesterday. As always with patch management, I would encourage you to, you got to patch it, right? Apply your Windows patches, but be mindful, right? You don't just go YOLO and fire them in there if you have an organization of any size, because patches can break things. Make sure that you're using concentric circle type approach where, you know, have the IT team apply it first and then onward and onward into your organization. Now, this is attacking, let me see what this is attacking. WebDAV. By the way, I was today years old when I learned that WebDAV stood for Distributed Authoring and Versioning. Did you know that? Did anyone else know what DAV meant? I've seen WebDAV for years. I never knew what the acronym was. All right. WebDAV is effectively an HTTP extension that lets users remotely manage files. Yep. So this would be for endpoints. My one concern was, is this for servers? Because when you're applying patches to servers, it's even more dodgy that you need to be mindful of it. Shout out to this threat actor, though. Stealth Falcon. Damn, that's cool. You know, Flaming Donkey's like,
oh, we're Flaming Donkey. Who got to name them Stealth Falcon?
Damn. Hold on 1 second. I hit the wrong button there. You got to see about how the sausage was made for a second there. But dude, Stealth Falcon, that's a pretty cool name. This looks like nation state on nation state action. You know, it's interesting. I would go ahead and just patch your systems and move on. I wouldn't get sweaty too much. This looks like a very low probability of you experiencing this attack, but that doesn't mean you should ignore it, okay? Also, quick shout out to Chris Rock, longtime community member who's been in Turkey for quite some time. You know, maybe he's boots on the ground and can report like a in the field reporter. Be great to have Chris chime in.
40,000 IoT cameras worldwide stream secrets to anyone with a browser. Security researchers at BitSight access.
Oh, cool. Hey, really quick, Roswell UK has run the numbers. I wasn't able to get it, but Roswell UK is reporting that this bug right here has an EPSS score of 0.35. So 0.35% chance that you will experience this exploit in the next 30 days, which is incredibly low probability. So as I expected, as I suspected, you know, apply the patches like you normally would, but I wouldn't, you know, basically pull the car over and patch the computer.
40,000 internet-connected cameras globally, mostly in the U.S., revealing live feeds from data centers, hospitals, factories, and homes. Many required no hacking, just a web browser. About 78% used HTTP, the rest RTSP. The findings back a DHS warning that exposed, often Chinese-made cameras in critical infrastructure that could aid spies or criminals. Researchers also found IP feeds being shared on forums, showing bedrooms and workshops, potentially for stalking or extortion. DHS flagged risks like data theft or tampering with safety systems.
Buddy,
Marks and
Like, with all due respect, this is spicy, right? This is salacious. Thank you, Phil Stafford, who is my brother from another mother here. This has been a problem forever. Like, ever since webcams came online, this has been a problem. Like, Peep Show, I don't know if it was a slow news day over at the Register. I literally showed this just the other day. This is my go-to. I'm going to drop this link in chat, okay? This is my go-to site. I show this to people. I show this to my students all the time, right? People use it all the time. A lot of times you'll see businesses using it so they can, like the airport might use it so you can see how busy TSA is. Municipalities use it so you can see if the highway's busy. Hey, you know what? Might as well work an extra 30 minutes because I could either work 30 more minutes or I could sit in gridlock, right? There's tons of reasons. This is not Peep Show Central, right? Now, let's take a look at this really quickly. See, they don't have bedroom as one of the lists, but for sure there is bedroom. I've seen bedrooms. Honestly, I've seen it before, for better or worse. Here's a real use case I've seen. And honestly, no one's, look at there. This guy's walking right here in Osaka, Japan. Imagine, if you will, that you have to care for an elderly person or someone with mental disabilities. I'm not saying you put a camera in their bedroom so you can friggin' spy on them like a creep, but maybe you're concerned that they're going to fall out of bed and hurt themselves. My kids were babies at one point. We had a camera in their bedroom right over their crib so we could look at them instead of getting out of bed. And if you want to judge me, get kids and then tell me you want to get up at 2 a.m. multiple times. You look like a zombie, right? You're just look at the camera. You got one eye open, your good eye. So this is what's up, okay? This is Peep Show or not. This is a nothing burger story that is literally designed to get my Aunt Dorothea excited. This is for non-cyber people, okay? I'm trying to find one that's particularly juicy here. It kind of sucks that they only return a couple pages at a time. Look, you can see this one, how busy it is at this beach in Cesena, Italy. Traffic in Manzanillo, Colombia. I do want to point out, you can literally click on any of these, right? So this right here is a camera in Fairfield, Kentucky, WC4F7153. So I would assume this is, here, WC4, let's just do a quick one. WC4F, Fairfield, maybe it's not Kentucky, maybe it's Nebraska, right? Amateur ham radio website. Okay, so this is an amateur ham radio, and, it's a webcam. Some dude out of Kentucky. Now, here's the thing. If you click on this, you go directly to the webcam. That could be a problem, right? And if this has default credentials, I could log in and change it. So it does get a little dodgy when you start, touching these devices. Just looking at them, that's not illegal. When you touch them, when you change the configuration, when you modify the password, when you set the record, when you adjust the angles, that's a problem, okay? Hey, what's up, Josh Mason? So hopefully this provides people visibility. It's kind of fun to lurk. I guess voyeurism's a thing. But as far as the register is concerned, dude, calm down, okay? Peep Show, no. Relax.
Spencer begins taking online orders again, out for 7 weeks due to cyber attack. Marks & Spencer has reopened online shopping 6 weeks after a cyber attack forced it to pause orders, costing the retailer an estimated £25 million per week. Deliveries to England, Scotland, and Wales have resumed, with other services to follow. The hack, linked to Scattered Spider, could cost up to £300 million. Marks & Spencer also confirmed that customer data was stolen. CEO Stuart Matchin called it a setback, not a crisis, and plans to accelerate a full IT overhaul, originally slated for 3 years to just 18 months.
Yeah, the CEO of a retail chain says, all our customers' data was stolen. It's a setback, not a problem. Of course it's not a problem. You're still selling product. Got to pump those numbers. Come on, Matthew McConaughey, right? Start banging your chest talking about we got July 4th sales coming in, Memorial Day sales, Mark and Spencer hitting gross revenues, Black Friday. Everybody, go, go, go. Buy, buy, buy. Like, your data is not a problem. It's a setback. Like, whatever. I mean, it's tone deaf. This is like not nearly as egregious as 23andMe telling customers that they were breached because they had crappy passwords. But still, like, dude, I don't know if you're like that, got your head in the clouds CEO at Mark and Spencer, but like clearly, here's the deal. This is the playbook. When Mark and Spencer's CEO says the loss of the personal data is a setback, or the cyber attack is a setback, and they're fixing things, he's talking, or she is talking to the shareholders, talking to the people, the private equity firm, whoever it is that has a financial investment in Mark and Spencer generating revenue. That's who they're talking to. They're not talking to, the consumer who bought something for their, significant other at markandspencer.com and has their data compromised and now is going to be the target of identity theft. That is not who they're talking to.
POC code escalates Roundtube vuln threats. A critical Roundtube webmail flaw with a CVSS score of 9.9 is now a major threat after proof of concept code was publicly released. The 10-year-old bug lets authenticated attackers execute remote code via malicious URL exploiting PHP's object handling. Over 85,000 unpatched servers are exposed globally. Login credentials are required to exploit it, but attackers can pair it with older credential theft bugs for full compromise. A patch is available now, but researchers warn organizations to update immediately and monitor for malicious activity.
All right. If you use Roundcube webmail,
you gotta patch it.
all right, that's first and foremost. This is why asset inventory, oh my God, I'm falling asleep with your GRC terms. This is why asset inventory is important. This is why the first phase of NIST cybersecurity framework is identify. Because you need to know, if I ask you, hey, are you running Roundcube in your environment? You're like, oh, I don't know. I like to hack all the things. I don't know. Well, guess what? This is why GRC is important. Despite what some professionals in our industry might suggest, knowing whether or not you have Roundcube in your environment is important. Okay, so if you're running Roundcube, fix it. There is a proof of concept exploit code that's been released, which means you don't need to know how to use it. You can just pick it up and fire it. A proof of concept exploit code is basically like finding a loaded gun. You just grab it and you can shoot it. Now, proof of concept means that you can exploit the vulnerability, but it doesn't have like teeth on it, right? The proof of concept isn't a full compromise exploit code that like does a reverse shell or pops a shell or installs Luma InfoStealer or whatever. It's just the exploit. Essentially, when you do a proof of concept, you like pop calc or you write to the terminal like I was here or whatever. You're showing that you can exploit it. This particular remote code execution, which is gnarly, does require credentials. Okay, so if you don't have credentials to the box, you can't exploit it. This does have a CVSS score of 9.9, which is pretty gnarly, pretty high. I will say, I'm going to look up the CVSS score. Oh, hold on one second. I'm going to look up the CVSS score for this particular one and see if we can get an APSS value for it. 0.54, so 54 hundredths of 1%, so very low chance. It is a pretty nasty 66% worse vulnerability in the catalog. So, I mean, I would fix it, obviously. The vendors of Roundcube are saying fix it. So, guys, there's certain technologies that you should elevate as critical. Email is one of them. If someone gets in your email, if a threat actor gets in your email, they can stop mail from being delivered. They can intercept and modify mail. They can monitor mail and then do business email compromise very easily. They can steal data that's sensitive because Carl in accounting is sending spreadsheets of sensitive information for some stupid reason across email. There's a lot of things that can happen, okay? Protect your email just the same as you would protect like your firewall, your VPN concentrator, your authentication server, those things, okay?
Huge thanks to our sponsor, Vanta. Is your manual GRC program slowing you down? There's something more efficient than spreadsheets, screenshots, and manual processes. That's Vanta. With Vanta, GRC can be so much easier while also strengthening your security posture and driving revenue to your business. Vanta automates key areas of your GRC program, including compliance, risk, and customer trust, and streamlines the way that you manage information. The impact is real. A recent IDC analysis found that compliance teams using Vanta are 129% more productive. Get back time to focus on strengthening security and scaling your business. Get started at vanta.com/headlines.
Alrighty. All right, thank you, everybody, for being here. Shout out to the stream sponsors, Barricade Cyber, Antisyphon, Flare, ThreatLocker, and special one-time sponsor of the show, Mark & Spencer, the retail chain out of the UK. Oh, my God, that's so funny. Guys, really, I do appreciate it. How many people we got? 395 of you beautiful people. Let's go. We are running behind time because we did Worldwide Wednesday. I do want to say thank you. Shout out to South America for bringing in Colombia right at the edge there. Daniel Camacho Sanchez letting Bogota represent. Guys, love it. All right. We're going to speed run directly to the end of the song because, you know, it would be negligent of me if we didn't do the la 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 laws, but we're going to jump right to it, guys. Here we go. Get ready with your la 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 laws. We're going to finish strong. Actually, do we have a show today? We're hitting the end of the quarter, so a lot of the podcasts have wrapped up for the quarter. Let me see really quickly. Yeah, they've all wrapped up for the quarter. So, so we got Jawjacking coming, but yeah, let's get our la la laws on. Alpha Sierra, get ready. Here we go. Yes, sir. Here we go. Sierra Montgomery knows it. Mara Levy knows it. Tech Ricky. Marlon Johnson, let's go. B Brown. Thank you, Tanya. When you walk on by. All right, let's finish strong, everybody.
Headlines. ConnectWise rotating code signing certificates over security concerns. ConnectWise is replacing digital code signing certificates for Screen Connect, Automate, and RMM tools after a researcher flagged a potential configuration abuse issue. The flaw requires system-level access, but could be exploited to distribute tampered installers. No breach is linked to this move, but the update comes amid phishing campaigns using fake signed ConnectWise clients. DigiCert planned to revoke the old certs on June 10th, but ConnectWise got an extension to June 13th. Cloud users get auto updates, but all users are urged to update agents before the deadline.
Damn, dude.
A bit.
Yeah, so, okay, I'm not going to go into like a long academic explanation of PKI and public key infrastructure. If you are interested and you want to enroll as an undergrad at the Citadel Military College and take my class, I do have an entire lecture on PKI, but essentially, public key infrastructure, the public-private key pairings in an asymmetric key or an asymmetric encryption algorithm is very secure, and it's really, really scalable and flexible because you can like revoke keys. You can use them to sign for non-repudiation. You can use them to encrypt. They have a lot of value, okay? I guess go check yesterday's Jawjacking. I'm just learning now that Eric went into detail on PKI certs yesterday. So ConnectWise is a remote management solution, very much like TeamViewer, remote desktop back in the day, log me in, VNC, those type of things, okay? And when you make a connection or when you allow a connection to come through, you want it to be legitimate. You want it to be who you think it is. You want it to be secure. And they use PKI certificates in order to achieve that. Now, for whatever reason, I don't know exactly, but the certs that are used to sign the executables, so you know that you're actually downloading the official ConnectWise executables, has been tampered with in some way. I don't understand. See, they're rotating them because they said some researcher raised concerns about the configuration data that can be abused. I don't understand. I will say that, okay, so the misuse relates to a config handling issue with Green Connect installer, which requires system level access. I guess they're saying that there's a possibility that a threat actor sends you a Trojanized version of ConnectWise. The certificate gets abused. You think you're installing a legit one, and because it has system level privileges, the malware can run as root, and now you're screwed. It does sound like a special set of circumstances have to go down, but a nation state level threat actor could achieve this. ConnectWise is rotating the certs. Here's what this means to you. If you're going to I'm under the impression that if you've already installed ConnectWise, this doesn't apply to you because, essentially you've already downloaded it and validated it, right? Now, you might want to download it and re-verify the code, but that's a huge pain in the A, and I don't think a lot of people are going to do that. Honestly, guys, just being real for a second, how many times have you, and I mean, I'm super pro security. I'm a cyber dork, right? GRC for life. How many times have you downloaded Nmap and then looked at the hashing, the hash value and run the hash on your own machine of the downloaded version to confirm you downloaded the real one? I'm not saying it can't be done, but I don't know. I personally, maybe I'm reckless, but I feel like a lot of people aren't going to, Carl in accounting, right? Isn't going to download ConnectWise and then validate that they're using the correct signed certificate, right? How many times have you got a pop-up that says this certificate's expired and you're like, maybe you pause, but then you click through it? I will tell you, only once that I can recall did I ever back out, and it actually happened yesterday. I forget where I went. I went to some site, like a Microsoft site, and I got a pop-up that I've never seen before, and it said, pick which certificate you want to use, and there were 3 certs, and I looked at the information in all 3, and all 3 of them looked super dodgy, and I was like, I'm going to back up and just not do this. I wish I could remember what it was, but anyways, I'll tell you, rotating keys, that's a benefit of PKI, right? Revocation and reissuing, but it's an incredible pain in the butt. You have to communicate this out. You have to basically let people know that the cert that they had before is no longer valid. You have to update things, the trusted source, etc. The root of where the certificate was issued from, the certificate authority that's kind of verifying the cert that's being issued. There's a ton of things with it. So listen, just like IPv6 hasn't really taken off in mainstream, it's similar to why PKI isn't so mainstream. And I know PKI and certificates run the internet, and I understand TLS certs or SSL, whatever you want to call them, depends where you are in the Netscape / Microsoft battle. I get that that's all PKI. I get that your CAC for military access and your NMCI creds, if that's still a thing, is PKI. I get it. Okay, I'm not saying PKI isn't widespread. I'm just saying because it's complicated, you see it like discussed a lot less, unless you're like a uber crypto person, all right? And not cryptocurrency, Justin Gold, cryptography.
More on Twitter/X's new encrypted messaging. Johns Hopkins cryptographer Matthew Green analyzed X's new end-to-end encrypted messaging system called XChat and found some major flaws. Unlike Signal, XChat lacks forward secrecy and stores private keys on X's servers, encrypted with weak user pins. The keys are managed using a protocol called Juicebox, which splits keys across servers. But all servers appear to be controlled by X and likely don't use hardware security modules or HSMs, despite vague internal claims. Without verifiable HSM use or multi-party server control, X can potentially access any user's messages, undermining the core promise of end-to-end encryption.
Of course. Dude, like, come on. What are we doing here? There was something yesterday. What was the story yesterday? There was one about like a news media company having an app that would allow you to do secure messaging, and the source code had been released open source, and the idea was that you could do secure messaging, but in an app that most people still own, so you could disguise whether or not you were just using it for news or for secure messaging versus just having Signal, which is deliberate and very obvious that you're using it for secure messaging. So now X has some secure messaging. Are you joking me? With all due respect, and politics aside, like, I'm not going to trust X for my secure encrypted messaging. There's been so many examples of DMs getting leaked. Twitter itself had like 400 million user accounts leaked a couple years ago. Do you remember that? Like, honestly, I don't trust Elon, okay? I like, just, this is a for-profit company that is all about data and hoarding and selling and the weaponization of data. And you're going to be like, okay, this is a secure messaging app. I'm going to put all my secrets in here. Get the out of here. So guess what? It's no surprise that, oh, look at this. A conversation with an engineering lead at the company raises questions on that your secure messages could be reversed. Get out of here. Like, dude, from the office of Wicked Obvious, I bring this story to you. Again, like, with all due respect, like, if you're trusting your secrets to this, like, if I'm just DMing Justin Gold, right, and I'm like, oh, Justin, check this video out, it's funny. Oh, hey, have you seen this guy who, like, has really funny Instagram reels about old pickup trucks? Check it out. Sure, encrypted, and if it gets reversed, no big deal. But when I'm doing a risk calculation like a good GRC professional, and I'm considering the sensitivity and the criticality of the information I'm putting in this message, you better believe I'm not trusting it to social media X platforms. Get out of here with that noise, bro. Exactly. Marcus Kyler says it very poetically and succinctly. This is a secure app. Source? Trust me, bro. Like, come on. This is like one of those ones where, like, am I trying to be gaslit into believing this is secure? Like, oh, come on. What do you not trust me? Get out. Come on. Freaking.
Poisoned NPM packages disguised as utilities aim for system wipeout.
No, I don't trust WhatsApp either. Listen, I have WhatsApp on my phone for one family group DM, and I cannot convince my family to get off of this one. I mean, honestly, I don't even engage in that group DM, sadly, because I'm like, WhatsApp. I should probably just uninstall it. It's like unnecessary attack surface. But anyways, yeah, I don't use WhatsApp.
Researchers at Socket Security found 2 malicious NPM packages that include backdoors capable of deleting all files in production environments. Published by a user named Bot Sailor, the packages pose as a developer utility but are designed for sabotage, not theft. One activates file deletion on the first HTTP request. The other gathers system intel and adapts its attack to the OS. Socket warns this trend marks a shift toward destruction-based attacks, targeting software supply chains. Both packages have been flagged and removed.
All right.
Stolen Ticketmaster.
Welcome to Ra's al Ghul or whatever. I guess all week this week is going to be the Liam Neeson character from Christian Batman. I mean, Christian Bale's Batman. What's his name? Ra's al Ghul? Or Razat? Whatever. Just want to watch the world burn. Okay, so guys, I actually gave a talk to the state of Georgia CIOs yesterday. For 1 hour, I flipped out, but I was wearing a collared shirt. I flipped out proper on supply chain security and why you got to be worried. And I spent a few minutes talking about open source security and how threat actors are poisoning these upstream packages. And people, developers, they're just Ra's al Ghul. Thank you, Phil Stafford. People are just giddy up and all over downloading these things and basically infecting their systems. Now, for real, normally what they're doing is sticking in info stealers, persistence mechanisms, etc., etc. Now they're putting in wipers, which is very nasty business. That's just straight destruction. I do want to point out that this is something you need to worry about, but I've talked about this multiple times on the channel. Let's go beneath the headlines on this one and just point something out. This has file deletion capability. What I suspect, and this is a little, the more you know shooting star thing. I think there's an emote there for squad members in the chat. So the use the more you know. Something worth noting. When advanced threat actors are writing malware, right? A lot of times they will put in anti-analysis techniques or anti-analysis code to prevent analysis. And one of the things that they'll do is they'll have the ability to delete themselves and any kind of like vestigial evidence that a security operations person or an incident responder could scoop up to figure out what's going on. So as an example, let's say that, let's pick a threat actor, Terrence Billingsley. So Terrence Billingsley goes to the dark side and decides that Terrence is going to write code to attack LeGrot. Okay? So Terrence Billingsley writes a very sophisticated piece of malware and puts it in this NPM package. Now, you can't guarantee that only LeGrot is going to download it, right? You don't know who's going to download it. It's a crime of opportunity. But you could start sending phishing emails and all this other crap to LeGrot in order to get LeGrot to download it. But maybe Dark Iceman, TG Artist, and Space Tacos also download it. But Terrence Billingsley does not want anyone to know. He wants to keep a really great low profile on this. So what he does is before the malware fully detonates its malicious payload, it looks to see who is the logged in username, right? It's something that can be queried, right? Who is the current logged in user? If the current logged in user is not LeGrot, then delete yourself. If it is LeGrot, then execute InfoStealer or whatever you want, right? Or delete all the things. So it is not ridiculous to see the capability of deleting files to clean itself up in order to not be analyzed and also to control the blast radius. We've also seen this multiple times where threat actors will try to write code that doesn't escape and attack things that shouldn't. NotPetya is another example. NotPetya was a nasty bit of malware, and the Russian threat actors who wrote it deliberately looked at the keyboard language of the computer to make sure it was in Cyrillic before detonating on the box. And this way it wouldn't attack the United States, for example. It did get out. That was a problem. Stuxnet is another one that got out. WannaCry is a great example where they had the kill switch that Marcus Hutchins found. The kill switch is literally to prevent, if it escapes, preventing worldwide damage, right? Although WannaCry did do worldwide damage. So my point is, just because there's file deletion does not mean this is a wiper virus and, ooh, we're going to watch the world burn. It's quite possible this is a capability deliberately designed for anti-analysis. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Master data from Snowflake attacks briefly for sale again. Over the weekend, extortion group Arcana listed what it claimed was new stolen Ticketmaster data, but it turned out to be the same 569 gigabytes of data taken in the 2024 Snowflake attacks. Bleeping Computer confirmed the files match previously leaked samples. The post referenced RapeFlake, a tool used in the original breach. It is unclear if Arcana acquired the data or is connected to Shiny Hunters, but the listing was taken down on June 9th. Ticketmaster has already confirmed the breach and notified affected customers.
Yeah, I mean, dude, this is old, all right? A couple things. One, the Snowflake breach. This is a perfect, again, I gave a talk yesterday on supply chain security, Snowflake attack. Perfect example. Snowflake is a company I've never heard of before. They have tons of Fortune 500 customers. They are a cloud-based data management, data storage company. And essentially, AT&T, Ticketmaster, Advanced Auto Parts, the store, all used Snowflake. So when Snowflake got attacked, by the way, I just want to point out the attack on Snowflake was not a zero-day exploitation. It was crappy credentials that the threat actor used to log in. No multi-factor authentication. Shame, Snowflake. And then the threat actor just downloaded the software. That means that Ticketmaster, Live Nation, was also compromised, and the data is being sold again. This is like a nothing burger sandwich. This is just somebody trying to make a quick buck on the dark web, rehashing. As always, you will get zeros. I feel bad for the people. I'm probably in there as well. I feel bad for the people whose data was compromised, but you will not get a single tear from me on Ticketmaster. I think Ticketmaster and Live Nation are just awful with the sniping of tickets and the fees they charge. Their business model is gross as far as I'm concerned. And that's an editorial. So I try to be apolitical and objective in my analysis, but every once in a while you scratch an itch, and Ticketmaster's business model is gross. It's very exploitative. All right, guys, let's keep cooking. Wait a minute. Did Deb Wigley show up? Ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, now you know. At Deb Wigley. Hello. Do say hi to Deb Wigley. Her and Jason Blanchard are the tag team that run Black Hills Information Security's community. So if you enjoy Black Hills, if you like the vibes of Black Hills, there's a good chance Deb Wigley is that vibe personified. All right, let's keep cooking here. What are we at? Ooh, 8:56. Look who's coming in under the radar. All right, y'all. Holla, 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 holla. Guys, I want to say thank you all so very much for joining me for Simply Cyber's Daily Cyber Threat Brief, episode 896. Since Deb Wigley is here, just a reminder, John Strand and the team over at Black Hills are doing this free, unbelievable freaking training next week, June 16th through 19th, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. I'll drop a link in chat. Go sign up. You will not be disappointed. I'll tell you what, if you sign up and take this course and you are not satisfied with it, come talk to me and I will personally apologize to you. That's how strongly I feel about this course and the value it delivers. I know that you'll get value. Episode 896, I'm Jerry. Don't go anywhere because we're going to pivot over to Jawjacking. Jawjacking is a 30-minute Ask Me Anything opportunity. If you want, we could talk about the MTV show that aired last night. I felt particularly cool having that thing come full circle. I was very proud. I try to be super chill, but every once in a while, I get a little excited. And the MTV show was great. Guys, if you got to run, get out of here. Have fun. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday. Quick reminder, if you're interested in application security, tomorrow we have a very special guest, Tanya Jenka. She hacks purple. Get out of here with this cover. Right here, Tanya Jenka. She is really, she is the person who knows about AppSec. If you want to know anything about AppSec, come tomorrow. This is awesome. Also, when we pivot over to Jawjacking, I've got a big update for everybody regarding Simply Cyber and some of the things I'm trying to do. So stay tuned for that. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. What's up, Mary Ellen Kennel? Good to see you as always. Well, hold on. Jerry guy, what are you doing? Until next time, stay secure. Don't go anywhere. I got you guys.
Ever wonder what it takes to break into cybersecurity? Join us every weekday for Jawjacking, where industry experts answer your burning questions about the cybersecurity field. Live, unfiltered, and totally free. Let's level up together. It's time for some Jawjacking.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the party. My name is Jerry Guy. I'll be your host for the next 30 minutes, coming hot off the heels of the Daily Cyber Threat Brief with that nerd, Dr. Gerald Auger. Oh my God, bro. Can you calm down with the GRC love? GRC and risk and likelihood. Back in my day. Dude, calm down with that noise. I'm Jerry Guy, all about good times. Let's get cracking. I got my cup of coffee. It's almost empty. That's a problem. Guys, I wanted to let you guys know really quickly something that I am implementing. I've been talking with Tyler Ramsby about this. I don't require anyone to register for any of the content that I produce or deliver to you all or to the community, to the greater cybersecurity world. However, I'm going to start making it an option for the Thursday lives and for the Lunch and Learn series, which are on Tuesday. Yesterday, the reason being, one, I want to be able to have you guys put a calendar invite on your calendar. A lot of people, even the mods, are like, oh my God, I forgot you were streaming right now. So I want to be able to give you a calendar invite so you can put it on your calendar. And more importantly, and value to you, I want to send you a certificate of attendance for the webinar and CPEs. So I want to deliver value to you. It is not so I can get a freaking marketing email list and start sending you like mail about buy my crap. It's not for that. It's literally so I can empower you to be there and know. Also, really quickly, if you're looking for yesterday's lessons, if you're looking for yesterday's Lunch and Learn that starred Perry Carpenter and how to build a deepfake, stay tuned for that. If you were there, you know what's up. I immediately had to delete that video forever. Like, it was immediately removed from YouTube. Perry, it was too much. It was too much. It was way too much. Perry did apologize to me after the stream. We will make it available from Simply Cyber Academy. You will not have to pay to view it, but it was not okay for Simply Cyber public YouTube. So, all right, having said all that, we're off and running on a beautiful Wednesday morning. I'm here. Guys, quick reminder, last night was the MTV show. Let me know if you caught it and what your thoughts were. Number two, I am traveling on Saturday to Massachusetts, where I will be for 2 months. So if you're excited about the Sippy Cup or the mobile studio or whatever, get ready for that, because it's gonna be a thing. All right. So what do we got? What do we got for questions? I'm here. Yeah, it was a great stream. Like, no, zero question. It was an amazing stream. I just had concerns that YouTube's AI bots might suspect that there was some concerns with it. What was not okay, Phil Stafford? So I've had a community guideline strikes for showing people how to do phishing. Perry's stream was like straight up how to execute a very effective deception campaign. All right, what's up? I see Christina Paulika, aka the librarian, in chat. Hey, Christina, good to see you as always. Let's see. Chuck Sapp loves the registration so we can send people CPEs and stuff. Oh, here's a question. Zach Morrison coming in hot. Have you seen students who haven't worked in the field yet do talks at conferences before? I have an idea for B-Sides RDU, but always had stage fright. Yes, Zach Morrison. If you have something to share, then share it. Go for it. B-Sides is an awesome... by the way, B-Sides are a conference, like an affiliation of conferences. They're definitely multiple at different cities. B-Sides is an excellent opportunity for your first talk. Very, very accessible. So yeah, definitely do that. And Zach Morrison, I have a video on the channel on how to write your first CFP, which is like how you submit a talk to the conference. ZMF says, how can I see the stream? I think ZMF's talking about the Perry Carpenter one. I will make it available through Simply Cyber Academy at some point soon. I just got a lot going on. Has anyone seen Trith's KC7 Cyber Detective game? I haven't, but I will tell you that I have heard phenomenal things from Dan Reardon, Justin Gold, and others about KC7. I think Jibby's involved with KC7, if you know who Jibby is. Space Ockers is going to catch the MTV on replay. Very cool. Becky Gaylord was bummed to miss the Lunch and Learn. When will it hit the Academy? Likely next week, Becky. Here's the reality, guys. And I know this is like a lame excuse, but the reality is two things. One, I am working on a client deliverable right now that's like pretty massive. And two, like the moving to Massachusetts for 2 months is like really weighing on me a lot. Like I went to FedEx yesterday and had to mail all of my gear. Like if you've seen my big orange tubs, like my Pelican cases, I had to mail all that stuff. I had to be like really thoughtful about what I needed to send. Because here's another thing. I'm going to Las Vegas for Black Hat DEF CON from Massachusetts. So I had to ship all my stuff to Massachusetts, but I had to think of what did I need in Las Vegas 2 months from now. So like, and then it's a 16-hour drive. There's logistics. Like the move is like weighing heavy on me, which is not fair to all of you because like you don't care. But like, so like getting Perry's thing on the Academy, like that's not hard to do, but it's just not like I'm not thinking about it. Okay, so I apologize to the community, but next week when I get settled in, it'll be okay. I also want to let everybody know, just emotionally prepare yourself, that the week of June 23rd through June 27th, I will be on my 1 week family vacation. If you've been a regular, a long timer, you know, I take a vacation every summer with my family and I disconnect kind of. I still get in the stream on my phone in the morning with my coffee, and I'm like part of the community chat. But I do try to unplug. So, all right, let's keep going really quickly. What show on MTV? Why are you going to Massachusetts? The show on MTV is called Caught in the Act: Double Life, hosted by Tamar Braxton. I'm going to Massachusetts because when me and my family, or when my wife and I moved to the South, we don't have people. We just moved down here. Our entire family and support structure is in Massachusetts. So the grandparents don't get to see the grandkids. And we can't go up there because the kids are in school. So in the summer, we go up there. You saw the movie Accountant 2? No, I didn't. Let's see. Looking at chat for questions. Put a Q in front of it. Okay, Haircut Fish is endorsing KC7. Roswell UK is officially sponsored by Mark and Spencer. LOL, that's hilarious. Okay, what are you going to be doing in Massachusetts for 2 months? Same thing I do here, except we'll be seeing family quite a bit more. And a family vacation. Faced Oil, not a question, more of a thank you. I hear you addressing new people a lot. Something I'd finding is just showing up every day helps so much. There's a lot of crossover staff. Stuff is starting to stick. Thank you, Faced Oil. I mean, that's why I say cybersecurity is a lifestyle. Like, you know, it's not for everybody, and I'm not judging anyone that doesn't vibe with it. But like, yeah, just exposure to the concepts. There, you'll start seeing trends and repeats and stuff like that. So Faced Oil, you're welcome, and it's why we do this. And I might be the face of Simply Cyber, but there's so many people, community members, everyone with a blue badge has been here a long time. The mod team, Justin Gold, Jenny Housley, Kimberly Can Fix It, Eric Taylor, DJ Bisek, Tyler Ramsby, Chris Whitlock, Casually Joseph, Josh Mason. Everybody is so supportive. Perry Carpenter, the instructors over at the Academy, Steve McMichael, PBO, Ryan Yeager, I'm probably Tyler Ramsey. I'm probably forgetting others. It's like dude, it really is awesome. It takes a village. Space Taco says, I'm stressing over my PC. Triggered an RA flare. How are you? I'm not sure. I think you're talking to Angular there. Sorry, I didn't mean to get in your story. Mara Levy says, I'm allowed to take a vacation. Thank you, Mara. Why did you move to North Carolina? I hate snow. I grew up in New England. A lot of snow. Wait, hold on. That was a misfire. You know what I think about snow?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's what's up. If you live where they have snow, okay, so I'm looking at Chris Whitlock, I'm looking at some people in Canada. Listen, here's the reality. It might be different if you have money in a big house or whatever, but I didn't grow up with a lot of money, okay? So when you live somewhere that snows a lot, from basically October to March, you don't get to go out a lot. It becomes very stir crazy, and and then you do have to go out, and it's painful. I have an entire villain origin story of April 2009. There was a blizzard. Actually, I'll just tell the origin story really quickly. There was a blizzard. I got up at 4 a.m. Mrs. Auger lived with me at the time. We were dating, but we lived together. And I got up. I shoveled the driveway so I could get out. I come in from shoveling. I'm all sweaty and gross. I shower. Mrs. Auger's made breakfast. I eat breakfast. I put on my business costume, which I used to have to wear a suit with a tie and crap like that. I put on my stupid business costume, and I open the door to leave to go to work, and it looks like I haven't shoveled at all. And I was so angry, real angry. I slammed the door and was like, we're moving. And then we moved a couple months later. All right, let's go. Oh, Randolph Stokes. No spoilers. No spoiler. A Warham says, our company is preparing for SOC 2. What's your advice? How do we decide what controls, changes to make? I mean, honestly, SOC 2 is interesting because you get assessed against what you say you're doing. Honestly, Warham, I would say it depends why you're trying to get SOC 2. If you're trying to get acquired or whatever, I would choose the controls that you are already doing so you can pass. If you're interested too, I have some content on the GRC masterclass around SOC 2. I would focus on access controls, business continuity controls. When are you taking a solitude weekend away for yourself? Deb Wigley mentioned this to me at DEF CON 2024. I remember the conversation. She also mentioned it to me at Deadwood 2023. Deb, I think about that conversation often, Deb. I don't have an answer for you. I do feel like I have to address it, and I'm well aware, and I know the benefits. I don't know. I am not from Massachusetts originally. I am from North Carolina. James Harold says, as someone trying to get a first analyst job, what skills should you focus on building? Well, I mean, for sure, understanding how to use a SIM. If you're talking about SecOps analyst, which I think you are, SOC analyst, understanding how to use a SIM, understanding, APTs, threat intelligence, get exposure to all that. Learn the terminology. I'd get a little exposure to MITRE ATT&CK framework and how that works. I would get good at communicating. Communicating super valuable. If you want, you can understand Yara and Sigma. And Sigma for detection, not Sigma for Gen Z being like, oh yeah, man, Aura 3000, total Sigma up in this piece. All right. So James Harold, what I would say though is download, get a SIM, get Graylog, get Security Onion, whatever, and get your hands wicked dirty. Okay? Roswell, UK. Someone called James McQuiggan. A termite walks into a bar. So is this bartender here? Oh my gosh. IT Simply Cyber Multiverse. That's what I call it. Okay. Let's see. Continuing to look. Deb Wigley, I really do think, I do think about it more often than you would think. Jerry, what is it like being on the MTV show? Oh, it was very cool. Space Tacos, very cool. I will tell you, I did not know who Tamar Braxton was until I met her. She's a really interesting person. So very cool though. I love the production. You know, as someone who produces a show, obviously this is not MTV level quality, but as someone who produces a show, I found it incredibly fascinating seeing all the complexities and nuances of production of an MTV show. Very, very cool. Honestly, I hope I get asked back for season 2. I feel like I did good work. I feel like they liked me, but we'll see. I mean, I guess the show has to get renewed. I will tell you, this is a complete self-serving, like, I don't know, indulgence, if you will. I did go on IMDb and start trying to like create an IMDb profile and put myself on the show as cast. So we'll see if that comes to be. What's the difference between a hippo and a zippo? One's pretty heavy and the other's a little lighter. Oh my God, Roswell, UK. That joke sponsored by Mark and Spencer. If you guys have any cybersecurity career questions, I'm definitely happy to help. So please drop them in chat. If you want to just talk, hang out and chat, we can do that too. I'm here for you. Out of interest for such a busy dude, how much do you exercise? Face Oil, thank you for asking that question. I love running. If you've known me for a minute, you know that I love running. By the way, really quick as a transparency note, the person I am that you look at and that I'm talking to you right now, that's exactly who I am. I know Jesse Johnson one time said, you know, when I met you in person, I was really curious to see if the guy that you pretend to be or the guy that you are on stream is the guy that you are in person. Pleasantly surprised you are. So I am real. I love running. And I wish I ran more. I probably run twice a week right now. I would like to get it up to 4 times a week. I do know when I get to Massachusetts, I'm going to have a lot more running opportunity. So I'll probably be running like maybe 15 miles a week, Face Oil. I also like to do push-ups and sit-ups, and that's the extent. If you look at my body, right, like, and if you've met me in person, I'm kind of shaped like angel hair spaghetti pasta, right? So there's not a lot of like beef on the old frame here. I do have a runner's body, and I'm okay with that. Running gives me a lot of satisfaction, both from a health perspective as well as a mental clarity perspective. Deb Wigley asked for the weekend solitude. Every time I run, I get about 20 to 30 minutes of solitude alone with my thoughts. And if I'm training for a half marathon, you know, I'm running for like an hour, hour and a half. I do really enjoy that. Phil Stafford's met me in person. He knows I'm a real dude. I am not a deep fake. So Face Oil, as I get older, I'm very aware of my health, and I'm trying to be more healthy. But thank you for asking. Martine Peluso over on YouTube says, LinkedIn, says she can't see me getting angry. LOL. I don't get angry often, but when I do, it's Boston angry, so I get ultra pissed. Code Brew wants me to go do hallucinogenics with Aaron Rodgers. Random X says some learning paths like Google and others gives you a badge of completion. How do the badges compare to certs? So certifications they assess your capability. Badges, like, technically you could be on autopilot and get a badge, right? So a certification officially, independently validates and verifies that you acquired the knowledge that the cert says you have. That's the difference. Let's go. Let me see. Quick question here from Silence Poet. How would you go about finding a mentor? 4 to 5 years in SOC, switching to GRC. Okay, so mentoring is a really interesting topic. So number one, I want to, what the fuck? Sorry, I didn't mean to swear. I mean, I did swear, but I didn't mean it. I just put my foot up. I have a UPS. I have a UPS system underneath my desk. Backup and continuity. Let's be real. GRC for the win. And I just put my foot up on the trash can. Normally, I put my foot up on the my Pelican case, but that's been shipped. So I put my foot on the trash can and I pushed some button on the UPS. So that was a problem. Sorry, everybody. I just didn't want to damage my setup here. With mentors, here's one thing. You don't need a mentor. Doesn't have to be like this Sith Lord to aspiring Sith Lord. Like, it doesn't have to be like, oh, you're my mentor, and like for years and years and years I will follow you like a Padawan and a Jedi Knight. You can have like just-in-time mentorship for like one specific thing. You can have a mentor who helps you professionally, career-wise. Like I've got multiple mentors, right? Even myself, I am trying to mentor at scale, Silence Poet. So I don't want to make any assumptions, but I may be mentoring you, right? So as far as finding a mentor, if you wanted to get in GRC, what I would say is like find people. It could be at a meetup. It could be in the Discord or Simply Cyber community. It could be me doing this, right? Find people who are working in GRC and be like, oh, hey, like just ask them questions like, hey, or a CISO, right? Hey, I just wanted to get your thoughts on like, what's important about GRC, or how can I leverage SOC into GRC. So basically what I would say is for finding a mentor relative to what you want to do, I would find someone who works in GRC or find a CISO and just ask them honest questions. Find a CISO and ask him if you can take him out for a cup of coffee because you want to ask them a question about being a CISO. Most CISOs, most humans are going to say, sure, I'll take that cup of coffee, right? Like, you're offering to buy them a $5 cup of coffee and get 30 minutes of their time. Plus, you're going to get great insights. Plus, they're going to know that you're trying to get into that. You're not having coffee with them so they can give you a job. You're merely opening a conversation for a relationship. And final thing, Silence Poet, if you start asking someone a question and they're a jerk off, move on. You don't need to expose yourself to toxicity or any of that crap. There's plenty of great people out there. Can you have an autograph one day? Yeah, TJ Artist, if you're talking to me, I'm not sure if that you're talking to me, but sure. I'm happy to sign whatever you want. Within reason, obviously. Zach Morrison, yes, that about sums it up. All right. Let's see. I'm attending my first tabletop exercise today. Any tips on what to expect? Well, it depends on it. How are you attending it? Are you attending it as like a cybersecurity facilitator? Are you attending it as an IT person, as an executive? Let me know. But basically, take good notes. You should, if it's run correctly, you should identify and find out gaps in your current processes and workflows. What I would say, SCOL07 is, and this is true for anyone at a tabletop exercise, don't take anything personal. The idea of a tabletop exercise is to work through and uncover issues, not to show that you're kick butt and like you're amazing at incident response. That's not the point. It's to work through and find problems and make sure that everybody is on the same page. So go in with an open mind. And hopefully whoever's running that tabletop exercise sets expectations at the beginning. Josh Mason says, Jerry's even less exciting in real life. And even cooler. I'm less exciting and even cooler. Okay. Thank you, Josh. All right. Shaft TV's getting the gains for everybody at the gym right now. I'm sure Nick Barker's like cranking on an elliptical. Angular says, not a question. Jerry's going to quit all this, as Eric would put it, GRC nonsense and pursue his acting career. No. Simply Cyber is my passion. I will tell you, I was actually talking to Tyler Ramsby yesterday. I will tell you guys, and this is in light of some things that have been happening in our industry that many of you are seeing. I have zero long-term plans to grow and sell Simply Cyber. Selling Simply Cyber is not on the 10-year roadmap, the vision board, nothing like that. Simply Cyber, I am part, like, Simply Cyber is special, and I'm not a serial entrepreneur. I'm not building, scaling, and selling businesses to go on to the next thing. So I don't think anyone had that concern or question, but I just wanted to be crystal clear that that's not my goal. I would love to grow Simply Cyber. I'd love to have more and more people be part of it. I'd love for it to be internationally known, but I'm not going to sell it. All right. Let's go. Deb Wigley says, I guess running and getting, running and having my solitude counts. And she should on me. I hope you find time to, okay. Yeah, no, Deb Wigley. I just want you to know, like, don't feel bad, Deb. I didn't mean to, I wasn't suggesting that you live rent free in my head because you got into me about, the solitude. It's just, it was a really interesting thing, and it made me reflect and do self-reflection on making sure that I am taking care of me. So thank you. And Deb, you're a great friend. Like, I love you, Deb Wigley. Like, you're the best. Ray Dubs says, any good takeaways you learned from the CSOs yesterday on what is currently keeping them up at night? No, you know what's interesting? So I gave for those who don't know, if you just got here, this is Jawjacking AMA. I answer questions. Yesterday, I had to boogie out early because I had a opportunity to present for an hour to the state of Georgia's CIOs, the state agency CIOs. So like, you know, the teachers union and the DMV and what, you know, like all the different CIOs for the state of Georgia. And I presented on supply chain security risk, and I gave them a bunch of actionable things to do and long-term, short-term, all these things. I thought it was a great talk. I spoke to them last year. They invited me back this year. The response was very, very positive, so I may get asked back next year. But the questions during the Q&A segment, nobody really mentioned what kept them up at night. I got some question around post-quantum encryption algorithms and stuff, and I had to explain to him that, like, Best Buy isn't going to be selling quantum Windows computers anytime soon. Like, it's not, unless you have like super national security secrets. Like, I wouldn't get sweaty about that. I was like, we can't patch our Windows machines right now, guys. Like, I wouldn't be sweaty about rolling out, you know, encryption, quantum resistant encryptions on your machines. So anyways, Ray Dubs, no, I didn't get any insights. I'm sorry. Simply CyberCon is coming, guys. We are so close. So close. I know I promised you guys last week. The CFP is built out and ready to go. The hotel reservation system is built out and ready to go. The ticket registration for training and for the conference is built out. And all I have to do is connect the Stripe credit card processor to it. And it'll be there. So stay tuned. It's coming. Okay. You guys are all funny about the CISO. Oh my God, that's so funny. Zmiff says he's going to invite a CISO out for coffee, but they ain't paying because the guy's a CISO or the lady's a CISO. All right, let's see. Yep. Let's see. Looking here. John has a question. John says, what keeps you grounded amidst the grind of work? I just got into playing and collecting vinyl. Also, thanks again for all you do. Love the community. Well, thanks, John. I love the community too. And I appreciate you for sharing that. What keeps me grounded? I don't know. Like, honestly, I'm just a hard worker. You know what I mean? Like, I grew up in a family that just, you basically work until you drop dead, which I know sounds terrible. But, so just hard work is kind of like ingrained in my work, in my ethos of who I am. I love my wife and children. I love my dogs. I love my family. And I feel like I work to be able to provide and be dependent, or be dependable for my family. So I think that grounds me. Plus here's the other thing. Like, this is kind of a secret. This is like the worst kept secret. I love cybersecurity. I love it. It's so fun. It's so fascinating. It's so interesting. I love people also. I love engaging. I love good people. I love conversations. I love learning about people. I love learning in general. So, like, all the work I do, it's like constantly fascinating and like I'm open to learn and open to opportunities and stuff like that. So for me, it doesn't really feel like grindy work. You say you got into playing and collecting vinyl records. I love that. I really love running, and I do like playing video games. But the game I currently am addicted to is called DayZ, and like, you can't just play it for 10 minutes. Like, you have to play it for like minimum a couple hours. So I can't play it as often as I like, which is frustrating, but it is what it is. All right, let's keep going. Guys, it's 9:30, so we're at time. I'm going to speed run the rest of the questions. As long as there's questions, I'll keep going. But as soon as I get to the end, I will end the stream. Question from Vincent. I'm trying to get into cyber, looking at working as a cyber engineer. What sort of projects would look good to have done for employers? Sure. So as an engineer, I mean, you may want to try things like building like a firewall with Raspberry Pi, a DNS sinkhole with Raspberry Pi. Again, as an engineer, I think you're doing like architecture type stuff. Doing a home sim lab always looks good. If you're writing code, get your GitHub up. Whatever you do, Vicente, make sure that you're documenting it, clearly communicating, sharing it. Haircut Fish has a blog, right? Obviously, YouTube channels are great for documenting and sharing. Like, whatever you're doing, make sure you're doing the portfolio part, but make sure that you're sharing it as well, because those employers are going to look you up, especially if you have a GitHub repo on your resume at the top or a YouTube channel at the top. They're totally going to look at it. But those Raspberry Pi projects, those are great ones and easy to do and fairly inexpensive. I do have a 10-year roadmap. For those who know me, I am a psychopath when it comes to structure and order. I have a I have a 1-year roadmap, a 3-year roadmap, a 7-year roadmap, and a 10-year roadmap. Oh my God, Jerry, I will suck if you sell this channel. Oh, sell this channel. Yeah, I won't be selling it. Don't sweat it. Pass the show on to the kids. My kids don't want to be cyber guys. Their eyes gloss over. So if Google threw $1 billion at me, I would, yeah. I mean, I guess I would sell for $1 billion. I mean, I don't want to sell it, but like, I'm also not a fool. For $1 billion, I could create a new channel. Like, $1 billion, I could set up my own TV network, and then we'd really get cooking. By the way, shout out Q3 is going to have 3 new podcasts coming out. Simply Social Engineering with Eddie Miro. If you know Eddie Miro, he's very, very advanced on social engineering. Simply Offensive with Phil Wiley. Great. I've already watched the first episode for QC purposes. Philip Wiley's killing it. And then James McQuiggan at 35,000 feet dropping Simply Secured, where he's going to be interviewing Simply Cyber community members about their break into cyber story. I can't wait. Great content coming for you guys in Q3. We're working for you. Shout out to Kimberly Can Fix It too, by the way, who's working hard on all that. Kyle says, what are your thoughts on the value of MSISAC? They are moving to a fee-based membership. Really? Interesting. I like all the ISACs. Obviously I wouldn't pay for an ISAC personally, but if you can get budget, guys, here's the reality, honestly, like it costs money to do things, right? Like I know like even Simply Cyber is like mostly free, right? You guys get all the YouTube stuff. I don't paywall on the media side of things, but it costs money. Like this light right here is not free. That TV is not free. This microphone is not free. This light that's lighting me up right now is not free. The shirt is not free, right? Like, so there's expenses. The restream I'm streaming to you on right now, like there's expenses. So it's when you start paywalling, like, I can mentor you for $2,000 an hour. That's gross, right? But like, whatever, like a state agency can, fund a little bit. So anyways, I would honestly, if I had a choice, Kyle, I would get it. I would sign up for it. I do like those ISACs, especially if you work in state and local. And then if you're not using it, then cancel it, right? Looking for questions. Christopher says, is this the only platform you stream on? I'm really debating on deleting my Google profile. I do stream on LinkedIn, although the better experience is on Google, YouTube. So that's that. We don't have any long-term plans to move off platform and get my own channel. Like some of these people do like over-the-air streaming things. But YouTube is just so massive as far as reach goes that... Ever learned martial arts? Dude, I'll tell you what. I spent about 6 months studying Krav Maga. I know Krav Maga isn't truly like a traditional martial art. I friggin' love Krav Maga. Justin Gold does bring up wrestling. I wrestled in high school. Justin Gold did too. I was actually pretty good. I know Jamie Fleck also wrestled in high school. I wrestled at 119, 119 pounds. And then I bumped up to 125. I loved wrestling. Great self-defense capability. What type of projects are good to do and present for employers if trying to... Oh, I already answered this question. Hold on. Shoot. Hold on. It looks like I had a meeting at 9:30 that I screwed over. Hold on one second. Let me look at my meetings. Yes, I did. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. Yes. I was I'm streaming and missed the reminder. Hold on. Closing stream now and jumping in. I'm so sorry. All right. Hey, guys, I just realized I have a meeting with John Hoyt and Steve Higuerita around Cybersecurity Mentors podcast, so I'm going to boogie out here. Guys, if you didn't get your question answered, come back tomorrow and ask the question, and I will answer it. Thank you so very much. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Until next time.